Hello everyone, welcome to Bossing for Bank Season 4, Episode 5. So, Double XP weekend is over, so I kinda recovered, and I'm back into the money-making mood. Virtus Book and Wand is currently about 162 mil, and based on my last price check, that means I have roughly 40 mil to go, probably a little bit less than that because the AGS is more than the list price at the Grand Exchange and whatnot. So, that being said, we're going to start off this episode with a Abyssal Demons task. Hopefully we can get a wand or an orb. I have about 2 kills, so I'll be back in just a bit. Alrighty guys, well we have a drop here. I suppose it's not worth anything, but it is a Starved Ancient Effigy, which is kind of cool. I mean, the drop rate on wands and orbs is so low that getting a rare drop here is kind of cool because you can't be like, oh, that could have been a wand. It's like, they're so rare. It's kind of nice just to get any rare drops here. Alrighty guys, all done with our task of Abyssal Demons. We did not get any rare drops apart from that Ancient Effigy. Oh, but we also did get some Addy or rare drop table, like 200 of them, so that'll actually add up to quite a bit. Addy or are not exactly cheap. So, let's head to the bank and, oh boy. Oops. Let's head to the bank and do a price check. Well, apparently they changed the layout of Birth Orb, as you can see, so my price checks are going to be over here from now on instead of the older spot, but whatever. Alright, let's do a price check. Now, you guys are yelling at me all the time. Why don't you use the MTR inventory? Fine, I'll do it for you guys. Because that's a total of 1.5 mil, which is not very much at all, but that's okay, I guess. I mean, it was like 1.5 mil in about 40 minutes. Like, Abyssal Demon tasks are super, super fast, and the loot obviously is not too bad. Holy hell! That Addy Ore came out to 900k. Jesus. Oh, actually, one second. Hold on. I almost forgot to price check the Infernal Ashes. That'll actually probably make a pretty big difference, to be honest. Alright, total of 1.8 mil. It only made a 300k difference, but a difference is a difference indeed. So, one thing I need to talk about really quick. Over Double XP weekend, I did some skilling, obviously, and that leaves me with only 10 mil in my cash stack at the moment. With only 10 mil in my cash stack, I can't afford to make a lot of overloads right now, and as you can see, I have 23 overloads left, which is awful. I started with 750 overloads a couple of years ago, and they're already down to 23, but that being said, I really want to try and finish this series on these overloads, so I'm kind of abandoning the challenges that I set, and I'm just going to focus on making money. So, probably going to have a couple of DKS trips, and then maybe some Sara trips, just so I can, because, like, bandos is fun, but the best drop you can get at bandos is, like, 8 mil, not even, so unfortunately, the rest of this episode is going to have to be some try-hard money making, like DK's QBD or some Sara godwars. Alrighty guys, so I'm going to be doing another Abyssal Demons task, and from now on I've decided that unless I get like a wand, an orb, a whip, or something rare, I'm not going to show you guys the loot I get because you can do an Abyssal Demons task every day. So if these videos take me, roughly 3 days to make or so, that could be like 3 Abyssal Demons tasks, and I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't want to see me, look, this is my roughly 1.5 mil loot from all 3 tasks, you know what I mean? So I just don't want to bore you guys with that, so let's just get our task and see how many we get, I suppose. 187 of them. Alrighty guys, well I'm here at Dagannoth Kings. I know in the last episode I talked about how you cannot solo Dagannoth Kings because Jagex fucked up DKs and they messed up the spawn rates. Well, enough people complained that they actually fixed it. So, good on you, Jagex. Good work. My new favorite boss is back, and I am here for some soloing. Hopefully we can get some drops. Alrighty, guys. There is a drop. It is a Sears ring, and off the top of my head... Oh, boy. I killed that way too slow. You see what you guys do to me? You see? You see this? I have to get the recorder up and ready, and then I'm not ready to kill Supreme, and then Rex spawns. Anyway, I can't actually remember, but I do want to say that the Sears ring was the only drop we had left, and if that is true, I guess we're done with our DKs challenge, which is fine and dandy. Fine and dandy indeed.
Alrighty guys, here with another drop, and it is an archer's ring. So that is our second ring. I did check, Sears ring was the ring that we needed, and Sears ring is about 600k, so it's not a bad drop. And obviously, as you saw right at the end there, the ring was glowing, or I mean the archer's ring was glowing, so that means the archer's ring is above 1 mil. So, pretty good trip so far. We're not quite halfway through, so hopefully we can pick up some hatchets as well. Alrighty guys, there's another drop. My yak's kind of blocking it. It is a berserker ring, and again, I'm not sure how much berserker rings are, but it's obviously above 1 mil, considering, it's glowing. Alright, well, we have 2 doses of overload left, so this trip is just about over, but if I got, like, another drop now, it would not be the first time I've gotten a drop super late in the trip, so come on, DKs, don't hold out on me. I know you want to give me that hatchet. Alrighty guys, so I ended up having to tele out, and we are here with the final loot. We did end up getting an elite clue scroll. Apart from that, we did also get like some skelly tops, dragon daggers, but all these things are kind of standard, That's just what happens. Let's just put it all in. Alright, it comes out to a total of 7.5 mil. Not bad at all. I mean, when you can make 7 mil while only getting 3 rings and not a single hatchet, I mean, that's why I love Dagannoth Kings. I made 7 mil in 2 hours. That's just beautiful. Alright, let's go do our elite clue scroll, I suppose, even though I know I'm gonna get shit. Okay, I'm sorry. I have a scan clue right now, and it's in the Brimhaven dungeon. This is the first time that I can remember being in the Brimhaven dungeon recently. Look at this shit. Holy crap, this looks really fucking good. Alrighty, elite clue. You took literally like half an hour. This was a super fucking long clue. Come on. Am shocked at this amazing loot. Okay. So the armadyl crozier ended up selling for 200k. It's listed at 40k, so I put it in for 1 GP. I put the crozier in for 1 GP and it's over 200k. Oh, you poor bastard. Alrighty guys, so the next thing I decided to do is to come to the Ascension Dungeon and kill Rorariuses for an hour. I'm not going to be using overloads because, as you know, I am low on overloads, so I'm going to be using Anguish, that should speed out some kills, and I guess we'll just see if we can get lucky. It's supposed to be incredibly good money at the moment, so let's see. Alrighty guys, well after 1 hour without using overloads, I got 6 keys, 2 sirenic scales, and 20 rune limbs. That's pretty damn good. I think 6 keys in an hour is pretty lucky. I don't think you can expect 6 keys per hour, but I mean, if you can expect 6 keys an hour without overloads, then holy shit, this is gonna be good money. But I know for a fact that this one, Quintus, is the most expensive. I don't know about the rest of these, but let's start with this. And I got 2 sirenic scales. I thought sirenic scales were rarer than that, or more rare, I guess, but fair enough. Okay, those are pretty cheap. And those are pretty cheap. Okay, that one's 900k. Well, we made 3.5 mil in 1 hour without using overloads. And you gotta think, if I'm using overloads, I'm probably gonna get quite a few more kills, so maybe we add another key. I'm gonna guess with overloads, if my luck, if this isn't extremely lucky, like this is kind of average, I could probably get about 4 mil per hour with overloads. That's pretty damn good. Alrighty, well, let's throw this in the tab, and I guess I'm not entirely sure what I'm gonna be doing next. Alrighty guys, so we are here at Zamorak. I know earlier I kind of talked about I didn't want to be doing any godwars because it's not that good of money. But Zamorak's a bit of an exception. You usually get a lot of wines of Zamorak each trip here. And currently wines of Zamorak are almost 7k each for whatever reason. So that's pretty amazing. Not to mention that the subjugation robe top is like 11 mil. And all the subjugation pieces are worth quite a bit. Even, not just the robe top. So, that being said, this hopefully should be some pretty good money. Even if we don't get any drops, you still make a nice profit at Zammy. So, let's, hopefully we can get a drop, I guess. Alrighty guys, well there is finally a drop. We literally just ran out of overloads, so I kind of assumed that I was going to go entirely dry the trip. But as you can see on the ground, there is a gown of subjugation, which I'm not sure how much it actually is, but considering the top is worth 11 mil, this should be worth quite a bit as well. So that is very, very nice. We'll just bank that, and we are just about done here at Zammy. Alrighty guys, all done here at Zamorak. We ended up with 268 kill count. I did write down on a calculator, I started with 267 yak scrolls. So that means we used about 230 yak scrolls. So we definitely banked a shit ton of infernal ashes, so... Ah! Get out! Holy hell! Okay, let's do a price check. Alrighty guys, time for a price check next to this guy who's apparently taking a nap while floating midair, however that works. Okay, let's do a price check. This should actually be a really big price check, to be entirely honest. I'm really excited about this price check. Ooh, holy hell, gown is 10.5. I expected it to be like 8. Nice. Total price check of 13.5 mil. Mucho grande. Very nice. Okay guys, well that's actually going to be it for this episode as far as bossing goes. It is time to price check the tab, and unfortunately I do have bad news. I know for a fact we're not going to have enough because things have been crashing like crazy, but let's do a price check. Alrighty, price check number 1. 71.9, holy cow. I think that'll be the... And I turned my num lock off. Wow. Price check number 2. 22.9. Price check number 3. 37. Alrighty, fourth and final price check. 11.3. Comes out to a total of 143.1 mil. Now, here's the thing. At the end of last episode, we had 120 mil. So, according to these price checks, I only gained 23 mil this episode. But we know that that is not true. First of all, my DK's trip made 7 mil. My Zammy trip made 13 mil. That's 20 mil right there. My Keys trip made 4 mil. That's 24 mil right there. 2 of my Abyssal Demons hats, those made 1.5 mil a piece. So that's an extra 3. That's up to like 20... plus, you know, other assorted things. It probably would round up to about 28 mil made, whereas this has only made 23. So I guess really, it's not too horrible a loss, but again, anything that you don't make, you know, it makes a difference. It's just annoying when you lose money on your tab simply because things go down. But anyway, like I said, total price check came out to 143 mil. Virtus Book and Wand is currently about 160 mil. So, that being said, I need to make 20 mil, technically, but I do also have 15 mil in the pouch, which 5 mil of that was from selling my Adam's Wand and book and whatnot. So, I'll probably only have to make another 10 mil or so before I call it good and, you know, use some of my cash stack. Anyway, guys, that is going to be it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all later.